So, you've probably heard of unicorn companies. These are billion-dollar startups, moving fast, breaking things quickly, and chasing scale at all costs. But what if the future wasn't mythical and fragile? What if the future was more grounded? What if the future of business looked more like an elephant? Wise, slow, steady, and built to last. Hi, I'm Shay. I'm the founder of Analog Social, and today I'm going to talk about something that I believe will change the future of how we do business in today's age. We're not building a unicorn, we're building an elephant. I know, it sounds weird, but the second I heard this concept, I was like, I have to share it with you guys. So I made a short form video, I believe on TikTok or Instagram, I can't remember. And I was basically talking about how scary it is to go through the process of building something in public, building Analog Social in public, and talking about the vision I have for what Analog Social can be and how I want it to be shaped with the people that I intend on helping and, co-creating with in this process. And then people started commenting elephants on the post, and I was so confused. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what is going on here? But then I finally figured out what an elephant company is, because the creator and the theorist behind the concept of elephant companies just made a TikTok account and explained what it was. And then the algorithm brought me to her video. So the term elephant company comes from Erica Wenger. She is a social impact investor and the founder of Park Rangers Capital. So she writes, we need more elephant companies, ones that are built slowly, intentionally, and in deep relationship with the communities they serve. In her TED Talk, How Social Entrepreneurship Will Change the World, she challenges us to ask the following question. Do we want to build, fund, and support things that people are forced to use, or things that people actually care about? So elephant companies aren't obsessed with blitz scaling or extraction. They are built on values. They're built for longevity. And I believe they are built for humans. So the latest version of Analog Social was born out of burnout. I felt like the second I entered the startup/venture world, I automatically had to shoot for unicorn status, or I had to want to build a unicorn company in order to be accepted in this world. But then I just always had this realization that we are living in an age of dopamine hacking, dopamine loops, scroll fatigue, doom scrolling, and digital disconnection. We're building a brand, yes, but it's much more than that. We're building a movement, a culture, and a community. Think about it as building a slow brand for a super fast world where you can remember how to breathe, how to focus, and how to live with intention. We're not optimizing for daily active users. We're optimizing for a daily human experience. I believe that analog wellness will be one of the largest cultural shifts we will see in the next decade. What is analog wellness? I define analog wellness as simply how to stay human in a digitally saturated, AI-driven world. For example, analog wellness is the practice of stepping away from algorithms to step back into your life. It's honestly not about going viral. It's just about developing depth in terms of our in-person relationships and how we're building Analog Social. It takes time to build trust. So that's why I'm building in public and sharing the journey of building something that's honestly so scary. But at the same time, it's something that I think will truly change how people relate to their devices, to tech, to this new world that we're living in. We're all going through these big changes together. And honestly, like I was really nervous about the idea, like, oh, everyone's building an AI this, agentic that, AI powered that. And I'm like, I want to build a people company. Because, like, I remember I went to a networking event and they were like, oh, like, what kind of tech are you working on? Like, you're building a tech company. And it was like, da da da. And I was like, I'm building like a people first company to develop analog wellness. And it's like AI tech companies are like here. And then I'm over here like, analog wellness. I'm used to being like an outsider and like an underdog in a lot of different ways. So this isn't like entirely new to me. But I think like just the process of having to communicate what I'm trying to build and why I'm building it is definitely a new one. And hopefully with, this channel and talking about this out loud, like we can truly build a community, especially for solo founders who are often left having to articulate and build vision, at least at first, on their own, and trying to get other people on board to help them essentially build it. So why are elephant companies so important? Well, I believe the companies that will define the next 20 years aren't going to be the loudest or the fastest. I think they're going to be the most human. People are longing for deep human connection right now, not more AI friends. And if you're craving depth over artificial dopamine, connection over clicks, analog over always on display, I would love for you to follow this journey. So Erica says that there are 3 key traits to an elephant company. The first is how they attract members. So it's community-led growth. They're all about making sure that the company that they're building is actually serving a community of people. It's not about being a user, it's about being a member. People want to know the founders and the builders behind the companies that they're using or that they are affiliating with. The second trait is purpose-led growth. So this is basically the idea that people are attracted to the purpose, the vision, the mission of the company, and that is what's fueling the company's growth, not necessarily venture capital. The third trait is one that is building in public. So the founder, like for example, what I'm doing, the founder is constantly trying to communicate what they're building, talking to eventual customers, talking to members, being able to understand how their company can benefit a specific group of people. They are more public facing. They're not just like behind the desk. And that's probably the scariest part because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I have to be public facing, which at the end of the day, like if you're building trust, that makes so much sense, but is nonetheless scary. But honestly, I believe in the mission of analog social so much. I believe in the concept of analog wellness. I believe, once again, as we are living in a digitally saturated world, like we have to find ways to maintain holistically our well-being. And as someone who has a very high screen time, I'm currently in the process of writing my dissertation. I am building this company. I am doing multiple things on my laptop. I'm on my phone. I'm on my laptop. I have so many like screens. I know the impact that it's having on my well-being. I know the impact of social media, like the fact that I had to reactivate my social media accounts so that I can reach people. I can share the message of analog wellness to people. And at the end of the day, when you really think about it, the people who need analog social the most are the ones who are chronically online. Like if you already know how to find that balance between using tech and not using tech, or being online and being offline, like, there's still a place for you. But for those who are chronically online, it's like, okay, we have to reach them. We have to find a way to spread the message of analog wellness so that we can all attain holistic well-being, because the world is changing fast. AI is changing everything. New tech that is coming about is going to change the world. And as we undergo that change, I think a company like Analog Social is going to be so important. So if any of this resonates with you, be sure to subscribe. I'm still trying to figure out the balance between posting on like a separate Analog Social YouTube versus just posting on my YouTube. But then that's like more work, posting on 2 separate channels and then having to like share it and spread it out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like at the end of the day, guys, I'm a solo founder. Be nice. Like I'm trying to balance multiple things. And hopefully, like as we grow, like I'll be able to hire again and share the work and share the burden. But for now, please be nice. So basically, I'm just trying to create a space to talk about analog wellness, what it means to build slowly, what it means to conduct a business like an elephant. Shout out to Erica. And building a company that feels like a conversation, not just a pitch. And if you're building an elephant company of your own, comment below. To learn more about what an elephant company is and how it's going to change the future, I highly recommend you read Erica's groundbreaking article, Elephants Not Unicorns, which I will link in the description box below. This theory, I think it's like the academic in me, but having like a concept and a theory to be the foundation of what you're building is so key to me because it almost acts as like a guiding compass. Let's walk slowly and wisely together. Back to writing my dissertation. See you guys.